welcome to round 2 of Assetto Corsa Competizione here in 2SRL. I am It's Triton, and I am joined once again by Mr. Christian Stricker, aka Kimmy.
Hello.
And today we are in Barcelona, Catalonia for, as I said, round 2. And if you missed the last round, it was quite an exciting season opener. Basically dominated by Mr. Alexander Karsten, who is looking to be the man to beat in the Mercedes, and he is currently the championship leader, of course. And it watching the practice this week, though, it might be a little bit closer. But we still have quite the season ahead of us here, and we have 9 rounds, where we have 9 more rounds to go, including today. So all to play for here, Kimmy. This is going to be an interesting race. How do you reckon this is going to go down?
Well, if you remember from last week, Push, who was up in a very good position, who got beached on I think was his final lap or something. He has been looking very racy all week around Barcelona. He's been doing a lot of practice. I've seen him trying to get a bit of coaching from some of the professionals around the game. And him and Carson have been trading blows back and back, and who had the fastest lap times. So it'll be quite interesting to see how this battle is going to pan out today.
Absolutely. Now we're going to try and find somebody here to ride on. I think you said Push. So he's going to be coming around soon here, and I will be doing my usual thing of giving him sort of hot lap. He's already on the lap right now, so he's going to go again, I think, after this. So keep an eye out on that. I should have some times are here. If you are watching and you haven't already, be sure to check out the Extreme Gaming League channel. Be sure to catch up on round 1 if you haven't. Watch ahead if you want to see some F1 2020 action as well. We have plenty of that on EGL, and pretty much every day we are running a stream here, and so there's plenty of action going on. Also, if you guys could, in the chat, could tell me if my audio is okay, because last week I know I had a bit of an issue with my voice being a little bit quiet, but hopefully that has sorted itself out. I tried to mess around with it a bit, but as I said, here we go. As Push is coming across the line here, he's going to be setting up provisional time here, but I think he's going to go again in the cloudy conditions here in Barcelona for a hot lap of the circuit of Barcelona, Catalonia here, down the start-finish straight. He goes, he sets it on provisional pole originally, but he's going to go again here as he approaches the 100-meter board here. Right before that, he's going to be stomping the brakes here into turn 1. I believe this is called L or something. Left-right chicane or right-left chicane here into the almost. Oh, you have to lift off through. I believe this is called Renault corner. Slight lift off here in these GT3 cars. It's going to be taken flat in F1 since the aero is much higher in there. Into turn 4. Stomp the brakes before the sign on the top. Feed the car in. Get on the power earlier than you think, because the camber of the corner can kind of drag you through. And now here again, just let the car roll through turn 5. Slow in and then fast out. As you can see, run wide as get as much curve as you can. Coming up to turns 6 here, 7 and 8 here. I believe this is left right again. Take as much curve on the inside. Be careful of the camber of course, swapping or losing the back end on you. Now coming up to turn 9, Kamsa. Flatten F1, but you're gonna have to downshift and be as brave as you can on the power through there, exit there, and now down the back straight here. One of the only other options of overtaking on this track. It is very difficult here. Before the 100-meter board again, stomp the brakes, hard braking into this very tight hair finish corner. Now as we approach into the 3rd sector here, very tight, twisty, no chance of passing here. So this is where all the time could be made up here, or for Quali into the right-hander, very, very nice and easy there. And now after that little orange bar there on the side there, chucking into the final chicane here. Very slow left, and then right, and now into the final corner. I believe this one's called Holland, but it's not really much of a corner. It's basically flat in this qualifying down the start finish line. Push goes, and that is is that going to be? It's not a
43.8.
Yeah, 43.8.
I was looking at his delta times, and coming into the second mini straight, coming into that final sector, he was 5/10 up. So he lost about 4/10 in the final sector just alone compared to his previous lap, but he had gained 5/10 before that. So I don't think this is the pace he will be. I think he'll probably be around like 43.3 or so.
Yeah, he got into a bit of traffic there I saw on that lap towards the end, but they were all on laps too. I think it was Veltman there starting his lap, so, or finishing up his lap. So, unfortunate, you gotta time your laps properly here. There are 26 cars on this grid again. So, that is, this is going to be, excuse me, this is going to be a very tough time in qualifying for some. So, down the order here, I'm actually going to go back.
It's very close in top 6.
Yeah, look at that. Karsten on provisional pole, our last week's race winner, and Rene Bon, and his teammate, Mr. Tim Crucifer. You guys know as Sanix from Tier 3 commentary, Tier 1 commentary as well for 2SRL. Currently P2 and 3, barely off of Karsten Simon, and behind them, Antoine Olive in the Lamborghini, which I mentioned last week is a garbage car to drive, is in P4, so that's a stellar performance from him. And then
I wouldn't take the garbage car to drive. It's just very difficult.
Yeah, it's very difficult. Yeah,
perfect.
Yeah, maybe I'm just bad at the game, which is a very big possibility because I'm not really familiar with the game handling and stuff. But yeah, this is Rene's home race. So last week he had a bit of an unfortunate performance, and so did Scuderia Monkey Flip. I'm forgetting the rest of the acronym. Let me pull it up here.
Racing Points something. GT3, I don't remember.
Yeah. Let me pull it up for you guys here because this is a name. This is a name to remember here. So let's get this. I need to go to the season info. Let's go up here. This is it. No, this is not it. This is the grid. Yeah, the grid. So this is Scuderia Monkey Flipper Motorsport Point GT3 Sport Racing Team Bosnian Division in the Porsche.
Yes.
So that is
that team.
Yeah, that team. So he's gonna be starting his lap here soon. Vidal there and the other Lamborghini. Son of Ice, I believe is the name of that team. The Antoine Olive and Vidal team. So these two are gonna be starting their laps. Rene giving Crucifer the old, very effective OP slipstream down the start-finish straight here. So. Perhaps the team principal is being a bit unfair to Rene at his home race, making him stay in front. That's not true. That's not true in the slightest. Don't worry, guys. I'm not pandering. So we'll check out. I'm going to check out down the order here a bit. This is. I'm going to check here with our vice champion of last season, Ruben van den Hutting, starting his lap. He's only 3/10 off pole position as well, so it's very close from the top 9. I would say half a second in it. Especially the top 6 is only 1/10 in this. So there is DeSantis, I think, starting his lap or ending his lap. That's Van den Hutting is coming across the start. Oh no, he was ending it. I think Van den Hutting is going to be starting a lap now here. So
I have a feeling we might have a few one-lap shootouts coming to the end of quali where they put about just enough fuel in to make the out lap and the actual quali lap to really eke out those last 10s.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the traffic is kind of like might be getting on some people's under some people's skin here. So, and I've noticed. Yeah, I noticed that you always fuel extra, but if they're hoping they don't get traffic, I think they might, like you say, just go for the one-shot quali. Kind of similar to how you usually do in other racing games if you get a good banker lap in. As Rene and Mr. Crucifer are here coming across.
Look how close push is to Rene's time.
Oh yeah, look at that, 300 milliseconds between it. As Rene is going to cross the line here to finish another lap here. Is he going to improve? Tim Crucifer goes on to pole position.
Oh wow!
Ahead, but that's by 3/10 of a second ahead of Alexander Karsten. So let's see if Karsten can answer to that. That is a stellar lap from Crucifer. So let's see. Karsten is here in the second sector here. Let's see what he can do in the racing team Netherlands. His teammate, his teammate's in P16, who is, in my opinion, one of the most consistent drivers in the league. Mr. Nico Veldman, a very solid racer in these games. I remember when season 1, he literally just bought the game, put 1 hour of practice in, and came P7 on debut. So I mean, that was a sign of things to come because he has been consistently on the podium. He's had a few bad results, but usually they have not been of his own fault. So they're usually just like, unfortunately, this is his lap 1. But
as far as top 5 drivers go, I expect him to be there basically every single race.
Absolutely, he's one of the best drivers on the grid in my opinion, and he is showing it. He showed it last season, and he's showing it again already. I think he was P4 or P5 in last race. So
Yeah.
doing a good job here as Karsten's going to cross the line here. Let's see if he can improve and put it onto provisional pole position. As he comes across the line, he cannot beat it, but he's only 900s off, so this is very close between these guys here. Push is coming out of the pits as well as Crucifer again for one more run, I think, here. So Push is 3/10ths down on, or almost 4/10ths down on Crucifer, and just barely, only, like I said, like we said, 3 milliseconds off of Rene, so there's a lot to play for here. So keeping an eye out as well on, I believe, P2 last week, yes, Timo Brown, our Season 1 champion, and P10 right now, trying to improve on his lap. Last time out he didn't get an improvement, but we know how fast he is, and he seems to be very comfortable in that Mercedes, so let's see what he can do. We mentioned this last week, TV. We said how there seems to be, like every season, there kind of is the popular car, sort of.
Yeah.
Last Season 1, pretty much everyone was going with the Aston Martin.
Yeah,
And,
that's true.
yeah, I mean, the Aston Martin is a fairly comfortable car to drive. I think it was more down to, like, just like everyone trying to get comfortable with the handling.
If there's a car you want to get quick at very fast in this game, it's the Aston Martin, because it's very easy to drive and you can push it to the limit and go over the limit without being punished too hard. So I feel like if you're a beginner to this game, the Aston Martin is really good to really start out with. But then as you progress and get a bit more skill, I would advise trying to try other cars, because I kind of find it a bit boring just because it's so stable.
Yeah.
But it seems this season it looks like it's either Mercedes or Audis are the favorites.
Yeah, I saw in the preseason everyone was talking about going Audi, kind of last season after it was Van der Hutting and Bas Kessel, the constructors champions, kind of seemed to be very comfortable, and then a lot of people noticed that. I think Timo won 2 races in the Audi, and he even won in Mount Panorama with it.
Yep.
So we do know that he is very he seemed to be very or a bit of a fan of the car, as keeping an eye on Chris here, who's starting his final lap. So these are the final lap shootouts here. But yeah, as I was saying, Season 1, yeah, like we said, the Aston Martin was the main thing. Last season, it was a bit of a mix, but I did notice the McLaren was talked about a lot last season. This season, I don't think that there's no McLarens on the grid this season.
Nah.
Yeah, nobody is.
Everyone who drove the McLaren last season, they very quickly realized that it's very difficult to get fast performance out of it. I think Timo, he didn't enjoy driving at all in the McLaren, just because it's quite different to every other car.
From what I understood, it was like it's like really oversteering on the corner. I think it was, as Christopher goes a little bit wide there through Kamsa, or the exit of Kamsa. But yeah, there's 3 cars lined up here, who I'm keeping an eye out on here. There's Crucifer, there's Timo Brown, and there's also Push there in the back as well. So, but yeah, the I do recall, I've even tested a bit. The McLaren is a bit pointy. It's a good thing to an extent, but like we say, it makes it very difficult to drive. So, anyways, as we approach the end here of qualifying, Karsten is only 300ths off of the time now, so I don't think he improved. So that is not going to be pole for him for the time being, unless he has another run at it. Let's see what Crucifer can do here. He does not improve, so that's not him.
Push
Timo
has
goes
the
up to
exact
P7.
same time as Rene.
And Push ties Rene's time, so he only improved by 2 milliseconds there as the time is up. So I think he can go again though if he got across the line.
Yeah, he managed to get across.
Gajda goes P10.
We'll see.
And Ollie Stricker, aka your brother, is P17.
He's vibing in P17.
Yeah,
he's got a game plan.
Veldman as well, only P16 at the moment, P17, because our Season 2 champion, our defending champion, Chumley, goes P13 only, so you can see how hardcore the grid has become in this time, for the time being. Timo's, there in P7. Olive, P5 for the Misano Vice Lamborghini team. Salminen, P6 in the Ferrari. Karsten is not going to be on pole. At the moment, it is Crucifer on pole. And Rene, let's try and get to Rene. I think he's still on his lap. I can't find him because ACC does not have the option to let you choose who you want. I think you can, but it's a bit... Where'd he go? I'm pretty sure I've cycled through it. But yeah, I can't find him. But yeah, I'm kind of cycling through the times here a bit. Okay, yeah, Rene's into the bit, so that's not pole for him.
Oh, Crucifer spun in his lap.
Who did?
Crucifer, he spun in his hot lap. And I'm just
he's off the road, yeah, so he's gonna have to move out of the way.
Push is 2/10 off his delta, so
yeah,
no, he
let's
lost.
see if
Yeah,
Push can jump him then, because he seems to be the last one. No, he can't. He's into the pits.
He goes into the pits. Yeah.
That is qualifying. Moberg is coming across the line to finish, I think, as well. No, is he going into the pits? No, there it is.
That is our quali.
That is our quali there. So Tim Crucifer for Scuderia Monkey Flipper or GT3 team, whatever, in on pole position for the first time, I believe, in ACC.
That is his first time. I think he only has one podium. I think.
Yeah, I think it was end of season.
Hungary. Yeah, Hungary season 1.
So that is him, P1. Alexander Karsten, P2. So last week's pole sitter and race winner, I believe. In the front row though, Rene Bon in P3 in his home race behind his teammate, and Push in a very good P4 as well. Antoine Olive sitting very good in P5, as well as Salminen here in P6. Vanden Hudding, vice champion of last season, in P7, and Timo Brown, season 1 champion, P8. Milos Martika, season 1 constructors champion, in P9, and alongside his teammate Paul Gajda. I believe Alex Robles is his name. P11.
Robles,
yeah, with Dominic Illigner, Timo's teammate, in P12. Sam Chumley, defending champion, P13. Marius Torres is in P14. Jasper Smelt and Bas Kessel in P15 and 16. So this is where the point scoring positions end here at P15. Moberg and Veldman 17th and 18th. Ollie Stricker and Pedro Costa P19 and 20. Zilvasi, aka Satoshi, in P21. Jack Bedell in P12. Tacos in P13, DeSantis P23 and 24th, Owen Turner in 25th, and Davey Bremen closing out the order here. So, an interesting grid, an interesting opportunity for some people to make some ground up, some people to potentially fall down the order here as well. We know anything can happen, so let's see who can keep it clean. Let's see who can make it happen here. We do have sunny skies and clear path ahead of us for the race here, unlike the cloudy and hazy conditions for qualifying that we saw before. So let's see who can make the most of this here as we get ready to go here.
I just want to quickly mention, I've been doing quite a lot of races with Carson, and he loves to send one around the outside into turn 1. So it wouldn't surprise me if he takes P1 after the straight and just zooms off into the distance, but we'll see.
So right now they're gonna have to line up properly here. Crucifer going a bit ahead here. He's gonna have to slow a bit. Yeah, he's slowing for Karsten to come line up with him. The drivers are preparing for their starting, or for the start here. This is going to be a good one, hopefully, here in Catalonia. Not many opportunities to overtake, but that has never stopped this grid as the lights are out and we are going underway here. There's already some wheel banging there for P4, for the battle for P4, as Crucifer gets away well. So does Rene, trying to find his way through Alexander Karsten, but Karsten here hanging in, trying, like you said, around the outside here into turn 1. There's contact in the back there, that's Timo. And there's an Audi coming across the field there and collects Antoine Olive. So there's contact there, and as you said, here comes Karsten around the outside.
Did he not get collected?
So already there, but I don't think he's
and another Mercedes has gone off. That's both the Black Falcons down.
Both Black Falcons down the order. Timo Illigner spinning it around. Milos off the road as well. Crucifer holding on to the lead as Rene tries to go down the inside of Alexander Karsten to try and make this a monkey flipper 1-2. That's something I never thought I would be saying. Can he get the move done? Yes, he can. So now these two are going to have to play it very safe if they want to hold on to these positions, because Karsten, we know, is a very rapid driver and going to be challenging these two. But now the two teammates are going wheel to wheel into turn 7 and 8, but they hold on. Rene does take the lead ahead of Crucifer, so a good start here already for these two. Karsten is now going to come under pressure from Salmon, and who tries to feed it around the outside, but thinks better off it through cam. So Van den Hutting up in a P5, Gajda up in a P6, Push falling down the order a bit into P7, but a great start from Jasper Smelt and Sam Chumley, both making up positions into the top 10. As here goes Alexander Karsten, though, down the inside of Crucivar. And there is the move done, I think, into the start of the third sector there. So Crucivar going from pole to P3, but this is not over yet, of course. Karsten, of course, being a fast driver, so Rene holding on to the lead for the time being. But we do know how hard it is to pass, so this might be detrimental for Rene to stay on the lead here. But Crucivar has his opportunity.
Absolutely nerve-wracking for Crucivar because he's never been on pole before. He's never led a race before. If I don't.
Oh, there's contact in the back here. Sorry to cut you off.
No.
DeSantis is around. Owen Turner has a drive-through penalty, I think, for something. Timo and Owen both into the pits for repairs. Milos is
Karsten's going for a dive around the outside. Is he going to make it stick to Rene?
Oh, here he goes. Yeah, down around the outside. Rene might have to yield this. Here he goes, but Rene now has the outside too. Karsten has the inside. It's a bit compromised. Rene keeps the move. So very great driving from these two. So far this is what we wanted to see. Crucivar might get a decent run here. Milos is into the pits as well. So there is a lot of contact in the back there. So the FIA will be busy, unfortunately, after this. So yeah, there goes, I think, Van den Hutting trying to have a look on Salmon here. Yeah, and as he goes around the outside here, tries to feed around the outside of Salmon, and they make, I think, a little bit of contact, but Salmon might hold on to the position here, and he does. So good job to him.
Well defended by Salmon, and I know he's a very quick driver, so let's not discount him. He could be very well be fighting for the top 3 here.
Absolutely. I saw him race for the first time in Suzuka. I believe this is elite season finale last season in, I think it was, or yeah, season finale, season 2. And he was very quick, so I expect good big things from him. Here comes Van den Hutting, though. We can't discount him as a driver. As I say, he is one of the quicker guys here. Gajda tries to have a look up the inside of him as well to put him offline, but doesn't do so, as Karsten now trying to fight it out with Rene. Rene holding it down the inside, but Karsten trying to feed it around the outside, trying his, as you say, his signature move, but unable to do it there.
I just want to point out that Illigner is still in the pits. He's only just coming out now, as it seems he had a lot of damage to repair.
Yeah, I think he got straight up collected there because Milos went right off the road, and I believe it was HRT style from Monza 2011, and everyone just completely ran into the side, like 3 cars there. So that would have been a nasty crash had it been in real life. But here comes Karsten. We know how fast that Mercedes is in a straight line.
Going to go around the outside of Crucivar.
Yeah, trying to feed around the outside, like you say, into turn 1. Now he has the inside line for turn 2. Crucivar trying to hold it there. He might have the inside line for turn 3. They make a bit of contact there, but Crucivar backs out of it, so he's down into P4 now. Rene still holding on to the lead of this race. Karsten hounding him every single chance he can get.
I think Crucivar's going to fight back. No,
yeah,
okay, he's
going to back out of that. He's trying to scare him offline. Van den Hutting is into this fight as well for the podium here. So good racing from Salmon, and to take P3. Rene still defending with all his might from Alexander Karsten. This might come down to pit stop strategy, because look how fast Karsten is compared to Rene. He is hounding him every single opportunity, and Rene not giving him anything. So Rene might have to time his pit stop to perfection here if he does not want to lose this position, because Karsten is rapid at the moment, as we expected of him, seeing how fast he was in the beginning. So Illigner is going to come up to, and have to be lapped here. So this has gone downhill for these two. Unfortunately, they had a good result last week out, Illigner and Timo, but both of them are down the order here, both in last place actually, and a lap down almost. So
yeah, they have a long stint ahead of them of trying to just catch up with any lost time they've had. So we'll see if they make it into the points, but it's not looking good for them.
Yeah, Crucivar as well is looking like he's struggling a bit here, under pressure from Van den Hutting. So it seems this car might have been more quality trim than race trim here, because Van den Hutting is all over the back of him and might actually have a run at him down the straight here. But also having a run down the straight here might be Alexander Karsten once again, as we ride on board with him. Milos is out of the race, as I'm seeing here, so unfortunate for him once again.
I just see him launch up Siege.
Yeah, I saw him launch up Siege, so that's how I know. But Karsten trying to have a look at another look around the outside of turn 1. Rene now trying to feed around the outside of turn 2 here to keep that position, and he does. But in the back there, Van den Hutting,
done on Crucivar,
as you said, yes, there he goes. So Crucivar falling down the order now at P5, but he does have a big gap to Jasper Smelt, who gets the move done on Gajda there, and Chumley making ways up the road in the Lexus.
I just want to
and
quickly mention there's a bit of a train forming behind Smelt, so I feel like there's quite a lot of action in this sort of midfield pack here.
yeah, push
And
as well.
Sam up in P8 after starting, was it P13 or something? So
13,
he's
yeah, so
gained
he's made up 5 positions. But
5
Jasper Smelt
positions
was
already.
down the order too. I think he was like 14th or something. He's up in a P6.
Yeah.
So that is a stellar start from him, and he's in a very good position if he can hold on to this. So Gajda though looking very quick at the moment. I think Smelt was putting in a good performance last week in Zolder, so
Yeah.
I'm not surprised to see him up the order. He is doing a good job here, showing he has pace and has been putting in work here as he actually runs a bit wide there, so that might actually give Gajda a run in the Audi. Is he going to have a look down the inside? He's going to pull out of the slipstream and send it down the inside of turn 10. Yes, I believe it gets the move done. He does have a lot of damage though, if you look at the side of that car. So that is going to be probably a little bit of repairs in the pits. The rear and the side of the car both look like they've seen better days. But now here we go for round, I believe round 4 or so of Rene versus Karsten.
I think Carson's a bit further back now, so I don't expect him to send one up the inside or the outside. But
Yeah,
we know the Porsche is slow in the straight line, and we know the Mercedes is very fast in the straight line. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, I think what's helping Rene out here is simply the fact that the layout of Barcelona, while it's a very fun track to drive, and we all agree it is, a lot of people agree in sim racing, like it's a super fun track. It's very nice to hot lap and stuff. It's like kind of like Zandvoort, but it has one fatal flaw, and that is, that it's impossible.
Ollie, no!
Oh, Ollie!
he just completely missed his braking point, but turn 1 went completely off track.
So that's going to be a bit of a penalty here. We have, like you said, a massive train here. Push, trying to send it up the inside of Alex Robles, and gets the move done here. Kind of has to barge his way through a bit. They give each other enough space though, and that is the move done for Push. So Luke makes up one more position here. Now he's behind the defending champion Sam Chumley. Jasper Smelt falling a bit off the order of Gajda, who with the damage is still holding on in P6. So looking good for him. His teammate had some issues, but he's looking fine at the moment, even with the damage. So right now, Rene is still holding on to Karsten here. Karsten.
I just want to say, it looks like Salmonim is joining that top 3 battle now, and I think Rene might have.
Oh, he ran a bit wide there. Karsten. No, he's not gonna have a look there.
Rene seems to be going a little bit slower than the people behind him because he had quite a big gap for P3, and now they're all starting to close up on him.
Yeah, he's. I think the chassis of the Scuderia Monkey Flipper. Let's pull that up again. I'm gonna get this down by the end of the season. I promise you. So it seems that the OP Audi or the Porsche chassis of the Scuderia Monkey Flipper Motorsport Point GT3 Sport Racing Team Bosnia Division is not holding up in a straight line, and Rene is starting to struggle here because here comes Karsten once again trying to feed around the outside of turn 1, but is he going to get the move done? Makes a little bit of contact, I think, there with Rene, so he backs out of that. Van den Hutting might actually be on the back of this fight too. Crucifer holding on, so the top 5 all gunning it here. So going to go back to the fight here for P. Well, that's actually a left car only day, so he's going to have to move out of the way here of these guys. Yeah, Chumley, Smelt.
Oh, was someone sent it around the outside of Alex? And no, okay, Alex got the better run of traction there, but
yeah, that's going to be, I think, Rene's
side by
saving
side.
grace.
Yeah,
side by side into turn 3 or into turn 4. I mean, it's a risky business, but it is possible. We've seen it done many times in all sorts of racing class divisions. So let's see what Salminen can do with this, because he seems to be fast as well. But look at the 5-man train here for the battle for P1, 2, and 3, and P4. I mean, of course. So the battle for the lead and the podium positions is absolutely spicy right now. So you guys hopefully are loving this, because I am loving it at the moment, and we're seeing some fantastic racing. And in the back, we have a massive train as well catching up to this. Look at that. So yeah, this is.
It looks like Olive is trying to unlap himself.
Yeah, I mean,
which he is perfectly entitled to do. So
yeah, but he's got to be careful of holding these guys up. I mean, but he's not really holding them up. He's kind of just
dragging them through, I guess.
Yeah, but I don't think Push is going to be particularly happy with this.
No, it's just another carrot in the train.
Yeah, it's just. Gajda's kind of leading away. Smelt is kind of holding the train here. Chumley might want to have a look here. Karsten, I don't think he's close enough here to get a run.
Crucifer looks very close to Van der Hutting, so he might try something down into turn 1.
Yeah, here comes Costa moving out of the way here. Van den Hutting is gonna come up to him here. He's gotta move out of the way here. I don't know. Yeah, he's not really moving. I think he's trying to unlap himself as well, but no, he's gotta. Acosta's gotta move out of the way.
Yeah, you see Van der Hooding is flashing his light. He's not happy that he's been blocked there.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, he's. Yeah, I don't think I'd be happy either myself, because did he come out of the pits or what happened there?
Yeah, he came out the pits. So
okay,
I think
so he's
just,
made an early pit stop. Yeah, he's gotta move out of the way here.
He's costing Van der Hooding precious time.
It's costing him a lot of time here, actually, potentially. I mean, back up front here. Let's see if Karsten able to find a way through the iron defense of Rene in his home race. Doing a fantastic job here. I'm sure he wants this win. We got yellow somewhere. That's, I think, I don't know what's happening. Yeah, blue flags have been waving.
Yeah,
Taurus is into the pits and he's out of this race. I think that's Bedell off the road there, so he's gonna be moving out as well. So
Cruzwa has been blocked by was it Costa as well, so
this is not working out for him.
No,
He's
it really isn't.
gotta move out of the way here. Yeah, so yeah, this has cost him so much time. Look at that. Cruzwa's gone, and look where Van Houding is now. He's gotta. I mean, he can probably make his way back up. To be fair, because I think Rene is purposely holding this field up a little bit, trying his best to just focus on his corner exit. He knows he's not going to be able to get past through some of these as he runs a bit wide there.
Carson is very close this time around.
This might be a good enough run here, so right on board with Karsten to see the straight line speed of that Mercedes powered engine versus the Porsche powered engine of Rene Bond. Let's see if this is enough for the move here. Look at the straight line speed of these two. Of the two compared, as Karsten around the outside he goes. Rene tries to hold it, but does have the inside line and tries to feed it there. Now around the outside he goes, and that is the move kept under control for Rene. Fantastic driving.
It's almost identical to what happened there. Was it lap 3 or something?
Absolutely.
These two drivers really going at it and giving us each other just enough space.
This is what we want to see, and this pretty much sums up the quality of racing we see in Assetto Corsa Competizione, especially here in 2SRL. This is only round 2 and we're seeing this kind of driving. Imagine we got 8 more races of action-packed driving to see. So, and look how many cars are close in with each other. I mean, this is anyone. One mistake from anyone and this is over. Usually that's the case in ACC, but more than ever now. One mistake from any of these guys and it's all over. So let's hope nothing happens.
Seems to be catching up to Cruzwa, as Cruzwa is having difficulties trying to get past Costa.
Yeah, Costa. I don't think he's going to be particularly happy with that. I mean, he's got. If he's trying to unlap himself, that's fine. But at the moment, it doesn't really seem like he's trying to.
I feel like
I think Costa's thinking he doesn't want to lose time.
Yeah, there was a big fight going on, and I feel like you should just
same as
go up to the back of that fight and just sort of hang on to the people fighting. I mean, if you are that much faster, you can pass them easily, but it seems that he's on the same pace and he's just costing Cruz for time and potential podium position.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know if Cruzvar is going to be upset with him or not. I mean, it doesn't really seem like he's able to go for it, but speaking of going for it, Karsten now round like 7 of this against Rene. Rene again doing his signature move down the inside, defending, and now trying to feed around the outside because Karsten doesn't seem to have the confidence on the inside line that Rene does. And around the outside, Rene seems to be more confident as, again, we see the same thing over and over. And this is fantastic. Rene just holding his own. But now Salminen might actually have a run into Karsten here. Is he going to try and send it around the outside of turn 4? No, he's going to try and have a look, but he's going to back out of it. And Karsten has to be thinking about that. But none of these guys cracking yet, so this is looking good. Van der Houding is not really catching up either at the moment. Salminen trying to put some pressure on himself to Karsten because he thinks he might be able to have a run at Rene. And judging by his speed, he might be able to. So whoever gets past here might be is going to be in a good position, or whoever's going to be ahead in the phase of the pit stop phase. I mean, it's going to be looking good. I think Salminen might have some damage, like a bit of scraping on the front as far as the side of his car, which might cost him in the pit lane. But we'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean, he can choose to turn it off if he wants to. Like, if he feels it's not affecting the way that his car is driving, then he can just choose to not repair the damage. But depending on how bad it is, he might repair damage anyway. So we'll have to see.
In the back here, Costa finally moving out of the way for Cruzvar. So I don't imagine he's going to be too happy with the amount of time he's lost. But now Karsten trying to maximize his corner exit here. Salminen doing the same for Rene to try and get the run he needs. He's a little bit far back this time, a little bit further than he was the last 2 times. But let's see if he's able to do it. I think Rene is still going to probably, yeah, he's going to have to stay to the inside, defend as much as he can, cover this off as soon as possible here. Karsten, though, look at how he is gunning it now, and trying again around the outside, taking as much track as he needs to try and feed it there, but again, just not enough. So Rene holds the position once more.
I kind of feel like he's doing this in a way to make sure Salmon doesn't get past her, because if Salmon were to, if he were to go up the inside and have to brake hard because to avoid colliding with Rene, Salmon could just send one around the outside and get much better traction out the corner.
Yeah, absolutely. And also I think what Rene wants is for these two to start fighting as well. That's going to help him drastically, because once they're, I mean, Karsten can probably make that gap up, because we see how fast he is. I'm not saying Rene is not fast, but Karsten, I mean, is looking rapid. So
just want to bring into the battle with Smelt. That is now 5 cars in that little train there. They're all very close within each other.
Yeah, look at that. Robles putting the pressure on him, push as well, and Ollie is is up onto that fight as well. Nico Veldman not having the greatest race there down in P12. Might be struggling a bit here in Catalonia, but that doesn't take away from what I said about him earlier, being one of the better drivers on the grid. Of course, he's going to try and maybe get up to this fight as well. As behind that is a spin that I just barely caught from the very appropriately named Spinal. Sorry, Mr. Carlos Tacos. Unfortunate there.
Oh, he spins again.
Is he going to rejoin here? Oh, they're coming out of the way. He's going to back out of that. Moberg, Bremen, and DeSantis. Oh, there. Yeah, that was sketch, but luckily he saw it there. So
moment,
good awareness. Good. I'll hand it to him to catch that one out. Yeah. Back up front here. Let's see real quick if this is going to be enough for Karsten to get here. I don't think this is going to be enough even for Rene to have to bother defending. Yeah, so does a little bit of weaving,
which is
okay.
A little bit.
Yeah, he's gonna wait and try and just. What Karsten might do here, what he could possibly try, is to just get a better exit here out of some of these corners. Try and maximize turn 3 here, yeah, as well. But so far, Rene just doing a good job. Oh no, Rene runs a bit wide there actually. So
something Karsten could start considering is maybe an undercut on Rene.
Yeah, we're around that time.
If Karsten feels he has better pace, if he pits, because the tires don't really drop off here, if he pits a little earlier and gets some free air, he might be able to catch up the time that Rene is losing.
Yeah, Rene has to go defensive there to turn 5 as well. So I believe that corner is called Seat Corner. So interesting corner name. Nobody really calls the corner names in Spain, because I mean people just call them by their number. I try and learn the corner names because it's easier than remembering like turn 9, turn whatever, you know, because I'll mess that up. I do know turn 9 is Kamsa here though. Kamsa is a famous corner. So Karsten still holding on to this. Let's see in the back here. Chumley falling down the order a bit from Robles, so falling off the train a little bit. Ollie and Push might be under.
Push is in a little bit of a Texas sandwich at the moment.
Yeah, Alexis sandwich.
Alexis sandwich.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes. I mean, the monetization was gone last week. It's gonna be gone again this week now.
I don't think it's gonna. Nah, that's fine.
We don't even monetize these videos. I don't think so. we're fine. We're fine. We're not losing out on anything here.
As the battle for top 3 is looking very close yet again, but let's see what they can do.
Karsten has a good run here. But I don't think this is enough. Rene just doing what he needs to do.
I think Karsten needs to send one up the inside.
Oh, but here he goes. Yeah, Rene brakes much later, holds the corner. He might be trying to get the better exit here. Look at that. Yeah, he's trying to maximize.
Gets better exit, but now what?
Oh yeah, here he goes. Tries to send it down the inside. Rene holding his own. Yeah, Karsten has to back out of that because he's just sticking his nose in there, and both of these guys know who's gonna be the one to back, who's gonna not benefit from that. But here goes Karsten. Tries to have a look down the inside of Rene. Now just trying to put all sorts of pressure on him. Gets a decent run here into turn 4. Now into turn 5 again. Rene just holding the line here. Nothing Karsten can do about that here at this time. So we're
while
almost
this is happening, Vanderharding's catching up.
Yeah, actually, and Christopher as well, losing time a bit. Olive is there as well, but he's gonna have to move out of the way soon enough. Gadget, so it's unfortunate for Olive. He was driving fantastically.
I think we've lost Push somewhere. Oh, he's gone into the pits. Okay.
Oh, Push is pitting. Yeah, so he's undercutting. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, this is around the time when the pit stop window is going to be opening here. But look at the run Karsten has here. Rene not getting a good run out of Kamsa, but no, not going to get it here. Salminen might actually go into the back of. Oh, they make a bit of contact there. There's 3 of them wide. Karsten's off the road. So that is big disappointment there for Karsten. Salminen, him, and Rene all coming together. I don't know whose fault that was, and I don't know if I can give a verdict on that yet. So
I think what happened there was Rennie was just slow on exit. Carson saw the gap and he took it, and then Salmon was even quicker on exit, and they all just sort of hit each other simultaneously. And I think Carson just got the bad end of the stick there.
yeah, Bandit Hutting is going into the pits now. Karsten as well.
Yeah,
so
as well.
that's there's gonna be. I think he has a bit of damage maybe. Bandit Hutting might try and jump this queue, so DC might want to think about that. Salminen, let's see if he has the. I mean, he does have it now. Let's see, but the stewards might want to have a look at that little incident because I don't think Rene did anything wrong by going slow through the apex there. He's just taking it at his own speed. Karsten responded, and from what I saw, he seemed to respond fine, and they just kind of all came together, unfortunately. Christopher and Bandit Hutting kind of backed out of that themselves, luckily for them, so nothing to them. But that's unfortunate because we were seeing a good fight there, and that's not how I wanted to see it end, if it does end there. But I mean, we haven't even been halfway through the race, and there's all sorts of carnage going on here and all sorts of action. So, in the back here, we might have some team orders play in the factor here between the Lexuses. So,
The Lexi.
the Lexi, yes. We'll see which one is quicker. I think the team principal, she might want to swap the cars around. So let's see what she decides. If Sam wants to listen or not. Speaking of Sam, I want to give him a shout out here. It had to be done. I mean, it was done on track, but also he had penalties. But Sam actually won his first race in Tier 3 last week out in Baku. In 2S Tier 3. An action-filled race. He unfortunately had 15 seconds of penalties that he had.
Salminen goes into the pits.
Oh yeah, Salminen is pitting, so undercutting Rene. So I believe Rene will have first crack at the pits. Right now it is a monkey flip 1-2, or Scuderia Monkey Flipper Motorsport Point GT3. Hold on, I know this. I don't know it. I was close. I'll get it. I'm gonna get it. Sports Racing
Flipper.
Team Bosnian Division.
Yeah, that's the
yes.
one.
Okay.
Yeah. SRTBD.
SRTBD, yes. The Bosnian Division. That's the main thing. That's the one I know.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, I plan on introducing the Australian Division soon. So. I believe the Australian Division is actually an F1 2020. If you just watch Tier. Was it? Yeah, Tier 1 2S. That's the second name for Ferrari 2S. But shout out
so
to
there's
Nick.
a tiny little fight going on for P17 with Timo and Bascassel, and
I'm also going to keep an eye out on Salminen here. I want to see where he comes out because I don't know where Karsten is. Van den Hutting came out ahead of Karsten, so he's lost some time here. Salminen is coming out of the pits now. I think Karsten had some repairs. Yeah, there's Salminen out there. He's still ahead of Van den Hutting, and he's ahead of and he's ahead of Karsten. So it has not gone the way he wants. Both Lexi have gone to the pits together, and both coming out together. Gajda comes out as well. So Salminen ahead of.
Oh, he's jumped them quite a bit, it seems.
Yeah. So let's see. Rene is coming into the pits now. Is Karsten gonna follow? Or I mean, Crucible gonna? Yeah, they're both gonna come into the pits now. So we're double stacking here at the Scuderia Monkey Flipper team. So that's all you're getting from me right now. So let's see how good the pit crew are gonna be for this. As this is gonna be detrimental here. Smelt, I think Robles comes in. Smelt is gonna take the provisional lead, or the provisional lead of the race. We're down to 23 drivers, so Timo's up in a P16 now after stopping lap 1. So Kessel into P15. So there are a few people who have to stop. Bedell and Tacos, I think, are a few of them. So Rene is coming out of the pits now. Oh, is he stopped? What's happening here? Is that where he's supposed to stop?
Yeah, he might be trying to. Yeah, I think so. Could be.
Okay.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, that looks like his pit box.
Okay, yeah, he was like stopped in the middle of the road for a minute. I don't know if that was a glitch or not, but I'm gonna keep an eye out on that. I know that you can mess up these pit lane, or the pit lane here. So here he comes across the line now, Salminen, and this might be quite bad for these two because I think Rene might have just messed up that pit.
I think Salmonen is, yeah, oh, he might not even...
Yeah, here comes Crucifer. Yeah, Crucifer's only exiting the pits now, and that is it. So Salmonen is into the lead. So, let's see. And where's Rene? Rene? Yeah, he just barely comes out ahead of Karsten, I think. So, Crucifer only just keeps that position. But Karsten
so Rene must have had damage since Crucifer came out ahead.
Where is Rene? Yeah, where is Rene?
Where is Rene? Oh no, Crucifer is in front of Karsten, right?
Did Rene disconnect? I think Rene's out of the race.
We're down to 22 drivers.
What happened?
What?
Again? Okay.
I'm sure whatever it is, we'll hear about in chat. Oh no! Crucifer and Karsten's gone together!
Oh dear. Okay, I missed it. I missed it. Oh yeah, they come together. Yeah, Crucifer's off a bit as well. So Gajda might have a look now for this. Karsten gets it going again. So he's been in the wars with the monkey flippers. So.
Okay, as Rene says, they put used tires on his car, and that means your pit stop is not valid.
Oh my goodness. So that is extremely ridiculous, I must say. So that's just unfortunate.
That's very unlucky.
That's just ridiculous. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, he was. I think he could have won this race. He was doing quite good. I don't know what happened there. A great game, ACC. Did Lee Mathers make this game? No, just kidding. So let's see how this goes down now. The last two pit stops are going to be taking place. Bidel has yet to stop, I think.
Yeah. I think Smelt is going to come out maybe around Cruiser, I think, maybe.
Yeah, look at the gap now, P1 and 2. Karsten is well down the order now, so this is looking like a good race for him. It's kind of gone downhill, unfortunately.
Yeah, so Karsten takes, provisional P4, so he went from being P2 to basically P4 now because Bidel is yet to pit.
Yeah, so we're not even kind of slowed down there. The first half kind of flew, but now, yeah, there goes Crucifer wide now, out of turn. Yeah, I think he was getting the move back on Smelt. I don't know what's happening there, but he's in this big train. So there's like a massive train here.
It seems Ollie has jumped Swam in the pits.
Oh yeah, I think Sam had a slower pit stop here as Smelt and Crucifer go with wheel into turn 5 there. Crucifer holds it there. Ollie now might have a look at that, so struggling a bit here. Marius is up into P11 now. Veldman right behind him. Kessel and Push trying to catch up as well. So Gajda still hunting down Karsten here. Karsten has some damage on the front of his car, I think.
Yeah, I don't know who went for the move, but I remember Crucifer was ahead. So we'll have to see whose fault that was.
Yeah, this has just kind of become very unfortunate for a lot of people, but for Salminen, this is looking good. But I wouldn't count him out yet. I would not count out Van Den Hutting yet. This could be his.
I'm gonna have a look at the replay real quick.
Oh yeah. I forgot. I wanted to try that out, so I'm gonna try that out next time around if we can get a replay. I'll test it out here to see if it works. Yeah, this is not working. So, sorry, I haven't set it up. Yeah, it's not set up. So my apologies, guys. So.
We are halfway through. Keep it up.
Sorry for that. I had to mute for a second. So, let's see. Let's see what's happening here.
All right, so I'm looking at the incident now, and it seems Karsten got the run out. Was nearly a full car length in front. Cruiser went off for a dive around inside. Karsten gave enough space. Cruiser just sort of understeered into Karsten. So I think racing incident, but a bit more fault for Cruiser there.
kind of a yeah, just unfortunate. Sometimes racing incidents happen, and it's just like it's annoying for some. But
Unlucky for some.
Yeah, unlucky for some, and then you just kind of have to move on.
Yeah. I mean, he's done well to recover. He's still he's P3 now, so the top spot looks out of reach, but we'll see what he can do to recover from P2 or to P2. So there seems to be quite a big train forming behind Cruiser at the moment, with Smelt maybe having a look down into turn 1. Smelty goes around the outside, but Cruiser's got the inside, and it's basically a carbon copy of Alex. And although saying that, Smelt has now gone into the clutches of Ollie. Let's see what Ollie can do.
Yeah, Ollie might have a good run here, but I don't think he's going to be able to get it done there, so...
No.
Yeah, unlucky for him. Sort of still holding on to this P6 though for the time being. Robles has made up a lot of ground here into P5, so good racing from him so far. I mean, Gazda as well, up to P4 and hounding Karsten, the current championship leader for P3. So, but even with all the damage on the side of his car, he's holding his own. So Gazda doing a good job here for the Shadow Project team Audi. To go here, so we're past the halfway point. See if I'm gonna keep an eye here on the back here. See, Bremen is sitting P17, so and he's 8 seconds off the road as Moberg picks up a drive for track limits there. Unfortunately,
I was just watching him. Actually, I was watching him while that happened. He went just a little bit wide in turn 2, trying to maximize his exit, and unlucky. He got his final warning and used a drive through for that.
Yeah, very unfortunate. We know how strict these track limits can be. And speaking of recovery drives here, we talked about Robles and Gazda doing a good job keeping out of trouble for the most part. And Marius as well doing a good job there in P10. Timo
so
and
Melts might have a look around the outside of Cruiser into turn 1, but it looks it doesn't look like the move is. Oh,
they're getting very
maybe
close there.
Nah.
Not able to find a way through, so...
Not quite close enough to send it. The Porsche is doing really well to defend themselves here. Shout out to them.
Yeah, here he goes around the outside again, trying again. But Tim not holding, or not letting him have that, so...
Oh, but Tim goes a little bit wide.
Things have not gone the way of Scuderia, Monkey Flipper, or Motorsport Point, GT3, Sports... Racing team, Bosnia division. I think I got that wrong, but I tried. I'm gonna keep trying that. I'm gonna get it down. Next
eventually, we will get it. We will get it eventually. Yeah.
I'm gonna be able to say that perfectly without stuttering or freezing.
Yeah.
So here comes Chumley. Now he might have a run at his teammate here. Is he gonna have a look on the inside there of Ollie? No, he's
Oh, Ollie a little late on the brakes. It almost goes into the back of Smelt and opens up the room, and I think Sam is gonna take this position.
Yeah. I think he's just gonna let him through because he doesn't want to be under pressure from Sam and risk causing an accident. Because it looked like Sam had him in his clutches and he was gonna crack under that pressure a bit. No offense to Ollie, I know it's it can happen because you're focusing on the car behind and then you forget there's a car in front of you. It's happened to me.
Yeah. Wow.
So down to 21 now. I think somebody else is gone. So we lost 5 drivers, unfortunately. This is Tacos as well into the pits. So he might be out as well. See if Smelt can get another run here on the.
Yeah, a little look on Cruiser, but nothing. Yeah.
Karsten pulling away from Gazda now. Salmi and Paul flying away now. 4 seconds, I mean, is the gap to P2. So things are stabilizing up there up front. Yeah, Push is actually out of this run. Push is P12, sorry, my apologies. I thought it was him, but he's actually fallen off the train. So something has happened to him.
Yeah, I think he might have been spun around when he was fighting the Lexuses earlier on.
That's unfortunate for Push.
Yeah.
He said he was one of the guys to watch out for. and we saw from his hot lap that he does know his way around this track, so just unfortunate. Things don't always pan out the way you want
Yeah.
it. Meanwhile, here's Smelt once again trying to have a run at Bourgeois, but just holding his own, doing his best as he can. But in the back, yeah, these guys are just all over each other. Taurus,
As Alex Carson slowly but surely is closing the gap to Van der Harding, but I don't know if it'll be enough with only 23 minutes left of the race.
I don't think it's enough, yeah, potentially. Unless, I mean, that's 23 minutes actually. I thought it was less than
Well,
that.
he has to catch up and overtake, which is...
Yeah, here goes Owen into the pits. I don't know if he's retiring or
Yeah.
not, but unfortunate for him.
Yeah, it's just sort of calmed down a little bit.
Yeah, this is Gajda was looking good, catching up to Karsten, but has to back out of it. So.
Smut tries around the outside again, it seems. Oh, he's ahead into the corner, and I think he's got it done.
Yeah,
he's got the inside. And Cruiser tries to fight back, but no. Smelt gets past Cruiser. That's well done. Good racing.
Smelt there, up to P6 now. Cruiser trying to fight this back. Things have not gone his way, but it is not over yet. We got yellow somewhere. What's happened there? Somebody's off the road, I think.
And it's Bedell. Bedell's
yeah.
off the road. Yeah.
And the final chicane, so unfortunate. As Owen, I think, so he's out of the race.
Yeah. He might have collided with DeSantis, but I'm not gonna say put that in stone. He might have just spun himself. As Ollie seems to be falling off Sam's pace a little bit, so maybe there are two trains forming here. Battle for P7 and P6 and the battle for P9.
This is all the way down P6 to P11 here now. This is the main fight here. These are all points positions as well. So yeah, we lost another person. I think what's his name?
Owen.
Fits as well. And
Okay, Owen as well.
Yeah, Owen and both. So,
oh, and Cruiser spun!
Oh no, he's off the road again!
He's
He's
no.
gonna have to lose all these positions now, so...
Yeah.
From bad to worse for Monkey Flipper. He's trying to hold on, yeah, but he doesn't pass him as well, so...
And I can hear Rene crying. It was looking so good. They were 1-2 at one point.
The pole sitter as well, keep in mind.
Yeah.
It's just dropped to P11.
Oh, and what happened there? Ollie has pulled over... No, wait, Sam is... What's happening over there? Sam just pulled over on the straight.
Does Sam have,
I think he might have hit his ignition button.
Oh, again?
I think that's what happened. I can't explain anything. He just pulls over in the middle of the straight. I'm gonna watch replay on that. Let's see what happened there.
Yeah, so now T-Ball's up to the back of him, so that's interesting. Yeah, he's dropped several positions here, yeah, so pushed up to P11, pushed for P10, so... Veldman up to P9 after dropping to P16, so he's kept it clean, and as I said, he keeps it clean and consistent, and he always picks up more than he always picks up
Sam,
more
no.
Did he, what happened?
Yeah, he definitely hit his ignition button.
Ah, unfortunate.
Oh, come on, man.
Come on, Chum.
Chum, what are you doing?
What is Sam doing? So,
and that's the second time he's done that in a league race.
Yeah, I think he did it in, that board or something.
I can't remember last time he did it,
one time
but I
last
remember
season,
he did it.
Yeah. Very unfortunate. So, Van Harding is still only not able to do much with this gap, but he's in a comfortable P2. So he's done very good. It's just damage control, if anything. Karsten has lost out a bit, but he did only qualify P2, so he's only lost one position as well. So slowly catching up. This isn't looking too bad for him.
No, this is looking quite good. And yeah, it seems like the fight for P6 will, after Sam sort of decided he didn't want to drive with his engine anymore, sort of spaced out a little bit.
Yeah, I think this is probably where it's going to stand. So this is the point where we start talking about random stuff. Like we just start noticing the liveries we can notice, or the sponsorship boards, like the Pirelli board there, you know. Or we can even discuss the track layout and how ACC does a fantastic job at giving us very good renders of the tracks. I'm not even saying that ironically, it's quite true.
Yeah. The photo mode in this game is amazing. You really get some proper wallpaper-worthy screenshots and shots on these in this game.
Yeah.
I know Hagrid last season, after every race you get a few shots, like 20 or so of just a few action, like what's it called? Like a few highlights of the race and pictures, and they look very good.
Yeah, if you guys have Veldman on Steam, for some of you, I know some of you guys who watch in the Discord and have your friends on Steam, sometimes posts those onto his Steam community page. So if you want those, like you can just go and download them and just make that your wallpaper. It looks very good on a home screen, I will say. So I would highly recommend checking that out. So, see what some people are thinking about that.
I think Push is challenging Cruz for down into turn 1.
Oh yeah, here goes Push.
I think Push is already gone before so it's going just worse and worse for Cruz.
Unfortunately down to P11 yet.
That's so sad.
Yeah, like
I know exactly how he feels. I remember season 1 Spa.
Oh yes.
Hollow.
Yeah, chum Y.
First of all, the big chum pile up, and then I get spun out of P1 like lap 2, and then to finish it all off, Ollie crashes into me on a rouge, and that was just.
Yeah, the if you watch the intro video that we played before we started, yeah, you can see those.
If there's a blue Mercedes crashing into a blue Mercedes, that would be my brother taking me out of rouge because we both decided to spin on the same lap.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing that. And I saw, I think it was a 1-2 for you guys even, or something. It was like, or
no,
it was a 1-2 for Jay.
Ollie was way out. It was me and Push were 1-2.
Oh, and then Sam and Nello Sotimo.
Yeah, and then yeah.
yeah, and that was we don't talk about that.
A race to forget.
Yeah, but I remember. I think I gave the famous line on. I had to give my famous line on the commentary. I don't know if I did, but. Hopefully I said it, but Kiwi, you are on pole.
I think, yeah, you definitely said that. Yeah. I'm sure you did.
I hope I did, because I need to call that out. Speaking of calling people out, I'm going to call myself out, because I took a drink of water while we were speaking, and I have the reusable cup, because, you know, I am saving the planet, and you guys should too, by using reusable water containers.
A water bottle goes far.
Yeah, or your hydro flasks for you college or university students, so that you can drop them on the floor. You know, now you gotta drop it on the floor with your microphone on in a Zoom meeting to fully.
You gotta let people know.
To fully capture the moment. Yeah, now because.
There's a very specific ding to when you drop a hydro flask. You gotta let people know you got one.
You have to slam it on the floor. Like the amount of times I heard a hydro flask drop on the floor in a lecture hall here in university. I go to university here in SoCal. It's hilarious because like I know the meme, and every time I hear like just like a loud like ding, like, it's like a loud bell going off almost. I'm just like, oh, I see somebody.
Hello. I just want to quickly give a shout out to my teammate this season. He started, I can't remember where, but I think he was like P16 or something, and he's made his way up to P8. So he's gained, I think, 8 positions. Just kept his way out of trouble and doing really well for him. He was quite nervous coming into this race because he enjoys Barcelona, but he knows that racing against these guys is tough, so he wasn't quite sure where he will finish, but his goal was to finish the race, and so far finishing P8 I think is a very big achievement for him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He has done absolutely fantastic here, and I think should be noted by all of us here that some people always do struggle in different games. For example, I think I would struggle this, and I struggle in even in F1 at the moment, F1 2020. So like it's the little results. This might not be a great result for somebody like I mean Carson P3 is not going to be exactly the best result for him. So considering his pace, but considering, yeah, Marius, he had a bit of struggle. He had a bit of a struggle in the beginning. I think he had an early pit stop, but look at the amount of time he's made up, and
Yeah.
look where he's sitting right now. He might come under pressure from Veldman, but he's doing fantastic, and I think he deserves a lot of praise for this. So, especially because he hasn't really, yeah, like you said, had the cleanest of, or not the cleanest, I mean the best of races here in ACC during his time, but this is one to remember for him. So, shoutouts to Marius.
He's done well to fight back. He's played the strategy right. He did a early pit stop, had clean air, and just punched out the laps.
I just now realized why you say this is because he's your teammate.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so there's some bias here. Okay, I'm Mr. Brundle. So get in there, Lewis.
Push gets very close to Veldman here on that exit.
Yeah, I think yeah, Push might be looking a bit racy here at the end. So we have 13 minutes to go. But yeah, as I was saying, I meant to say I took a drink out of my reusable water bottle. Yes, and there's like a hole in the back of it. And when I let go, when I finished drinking and I let go, it just like there was a bunch of water in it and it just sprayed all over me.
That doesn't sound like a very effective water bottle.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, it's not that.
Yeah, as Alex has closed the gap down to 6 seconds to Van der Honing, but I still don't think that's enough to get up there by the end of the race.
So.
I just want to give a quick shout out to F1 to race tomorrow. Me and Sam have sort of done a bit of practice throughout the week, and I'm not on pace with Sam. That's just, I'm not as good at F1 as Sam as ACC. It's very different driving styles. But we are both aiming to be on the podium tomorrow. And Owen said he will send me a very special video if I win the race. And we did a double or nothing. If I win the race and get a fastest lap, he will do it in the nude. So we shall see what happens tomorrow. For everyone who wants to tune into Tier 3 F1 to SRL. It's the best league out there. Most exciting racing, at least.
Yeah, the commentary for Tier 3 is also usually
it's kind of cursed at
yeah,
times.
I think it's I don't know who's doing it this time around. It's usually Sanix, or I mean Crucifer, but I don't know if he's going to this time around, or if sometimes he's busy on those days. So it's kind of just whoever's around. But
yeah, I think Monaco there was 5 commentators or something, and they all just started playing the casino and the commentary. It was great to watch. No, but in all honesty, Tier 3 is where all the memes happen. If you want an entertaining Tuesday night, watch Tier 3 at 2SRL.
Yeah, I like Tier 3. For the most part, I don't think I like it for FIA work, but just,
a very hollow meeting you had yesterday.
Yeah, and the amount of backlash we always get from FIA, because like you can't please everyone. Same as ACC. Like, I mean, we make mistakes. We're prone to making mistakes when we judge things, because we might have to take another look. But yeah, I that doesn't mean anything towards Tier 3. Tier 3 is quite literally a learning ground for people. That's one of the main points of it, because 2S is not exactly a very serious league. This is for fun. Even everything you see here is for fun. Like, ACC, this is as competitive as this looks. This is all for fun. There's nothing crazy at stake here. It's just.
Although 2S is a good breeding ground. It's a very community-based league.
Absolutely.
Like, you don't win anything from winning apart from a bit of pride and a bit of praise and all that. But the amount of I know like myself, I've entered in quite a few other leagues that are much more serious and much higher end. And this weekend, me, Hagrid, Karsten, well, me, Veldman, Karsten, and my brother Ollie were doing an 8-hour Laguna Seca race for the sim grid in order to try and qualify for a 24-hour spa race for the sim grid as well. So that's what I love about 2S is the community. Oh, it's Marius Torres goes wide, and he, oh no.
Oh yeah, he's well off the road there, so he's gonna drop some places here. So he's down to P10. He just lost 2 or P11. No.
P10.
Yeah, P10. Yeah, so he only lost 2 positions, so it's okay. He's still gonna get a handful of points here.
Just outbreaks himself a little bit, and then Hagrid says thank you very much, and Push says thank you very much, and off they go.
back here. Timo is starting to put some pressure on Sam. So Season 1 versus Season 2 champions here, fighting for not what you would expect, P12 and P13, but I mean, that just puts, again, this puts into perspective how good the grid is, and how competitive the grid can be, despite it being for fun. Everyone here is very gifted, and anything can happen, so.
Yeah.
So. So, let's see what we have here. Sorry, I had to type out some stuff. The perks of being in multiple discords and having responsibilities in multiple discords. Having to fill
You're a
things
busy
out.
man.
Paperwork. No, not really. But, quote, paperwork. Robles is, meanwhile, caught up to the back of Gajda. So, P4 might be under threat here. In the 7 minutes to go here. Smelt, Ollie kind of gapped each other. Veldman, push, kind of just holding on. Veldman up to P8 from P16, so he's up 8 positions, I believe. So great job from him. Push, looking like he's racy and wanting that as well. So.
And Torres going back onto this fight as well, after his a little off.
Do you know how fast the Lexus is in a straight line?
I don't think it's the best, but it's not the worst for sure. I think the Lexus is all around a very balanced car, a bit like the Ferrari. But I watched Ollie yesterday drive, and he somehow managed to, within one corner, puncture every single one of his tires during practice.
What? How do you get a puncture in this game?
I don't know what he was doing, but he somehow managed. We're just watching him, and then suddenly going around the corner, just pop, 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 pop. All his tires went pop, and we're just wow, what is going on? So I think it's Sam and Ollie describe it as understeer with oversteer at the same time. But they both enjoy driving it. As Robles has caught up to the back of Gajda. So this is a potential P4 position for Robles.
Yeah, and P12 and P13 fighting out as well, so I'm trying to keep an eye out on these as they go. So 6 laps, or 6 minutes, I mean, so about 3 laps or so remaining, 3 or 4 laps to go for Salminens, who has driven absolutely dominant once he got ahead. So
Carson's only 2 seconds off Van der Hooding now, so
yeah, this puts into perspective how scary fast Karsten is. As I mentioned last week, this is the guy to watch out for, and he is my pick for a potential championship, for one of the championship contenders. My other picks, of course, Salminen, Timo as well was one of them. He just had an unfortunate race today. If Rene can keep that momentum up, I know he's had 2 poor results now, unfortunately, but if he can keep that pace up, if he can get something like that again, then, and he just keeps it consistent, or the game doesn't do something to him, he could be in with a shout. As the battle for the last points positions are taking place here, as Olive gets past Kessel, so that's 1 point to Olive after being wiped out in the first lap, unfortunately, through no fault of his own. He's been driving a very good race as well, just trying to damage limitation, for damage limitation.
Was he P4 in quali or something, I think, yeah.
Yeah, he was P5,
P4, 5 and 5, yeah, I can't remember, but...
And meanwhile, Chumley,
it's good for him, he's still pushing hard.
Yeah, Chris also made another mistake. He's fallen well down the order. Chumley and Timo now are catching up to him, so this is a battle for P11 now, instead of P12. And again,
Timo will want to get any point he can here to bring the fight to Karsten in the latter stages of the season.
Yeah, and meanwhile, I missed it out. Yeah, Push does get past Veldman, so again, he's looking racy as well. So Veldman down to P9 again. Taurus holding it there in P10. So 4 minutes to go here. The wind is also calmed down. I saw it was like 8. I think it was like 8 kilometers in the beginning. It's 3 kilometers now. So wind. I don't know how much wind really matters, but
honestly, I don't think of wind at all when I'm driving.
Yeah, I don't think either. So that's just something to note. I do like how they updated the game so that we have that up the whole time. Like before, you'd have to pause in the spectator menu.
Yeah, that's true.
Karsten, now is 1.4 behind Van den Houding. So Van den Houding's tires might be taking a bit of a beating here. And
yeah, it might be a last lap lunge here, I think.
Yeah, so Karsten gonna get his elite.
Oh, and a drive to print. Oh no.
So, wow, AKA Ligner is getting a, gonna be losing out these positions. So Olive and Kessel are back in the points. So after all that work, Ligner unfortunately not gonna come home with anything. Like last week, he just he got it right at the end last week as well. He was fighting, I think it was Van Houding for P3 in Zolder.
Yeah, it's difficult. I think it was, no, it was Chumley, wasn't it? Yeah.
Or it was, it was it was Chumley, yeah. So
yeah, it's difficult with the track limits. I got a few drive-throughs in season 1, just because I'm getting used to the game. But I didn't have one single warning in season 2, so I'm very happy with that. But track limits are definitely you have to get used to them to start with, and then you have to learn how to drive if you do go wide, when to lift off, and if you need to brake and all that stuff.
yeah.
So it's just a matter of getting used to. I think Illinger, once he really gets into this game, because I know is he tier 1 in SLR of
He
F1?
is tier 1 SLR, yeah, and he's one of the front runners there. I mean, if you watch him, he's
definitely very gifted.
He's an absolutely rapid driver, yeah, and he is one of the better drivers here as well. He is very fast. I mean, this don't take today as what you see, because if you watched last week, I think that gives you a lot of what you need to know, as well as the beginning of, or the end of the last season when he started. He was rapid off the bat. So
have a look at Karsten in P3.
Oh yeah,
right up behind Van der Hooding.
Look at that, yeah, he's right on him. So let's see if he is able to find a way past him. I don't think the Aston Martin is particularly fast in a straight line, especially compared to the Mercedes. So let's see if he has enough in the engine to do it. He's gonna have probably one more lap to do it after this.
Yeah.
So. Oh, here! Look at this! The run he's getting through turn 3.
It looks like he's just getting much better traction, and I think Van der Hooding might be struggling. Maybe he has a little bit of damage, or maybe he's just overcooked his tires or something.
Oh, but here he goes down the inside. No, he's gonna have a look, and just backs out of that. So.
Oh, as Timo gets a drive-through penalty as well.
Oh no! So both oh, and he hits the wall into the pit lane.
Oh, Timo, no!
Timo, no!
He's
so yeah,
he's gone
Crusoe
full
also had
Austin
issues
Power.
because Chumley's gotten past him, so it's looking like
Timo's done an Austin Powers there, and Robles very close to Gajda now as well.
Yeah, Gajda gonna be under pressure here. Van der Houding also gonna be under pressure. There's yellows there. I think that's for Timo still. He's pretty much stuck in the pit lane. Mate, I spun on the pit entry, mate. This has been a Roman Grosjean's moment.
Oh, and Alex Sentinel. Oh.
There goes Karsten trying to have a look. So like I said, this is his last chance at it, because starting the last lap is Salminen. So let's see if he's starting.
I'm going to keep an eye on the Robles Gadget battle as well, because I feel like something spicy might happen there.
Yeah, this is going to be all to play for here. So P2 and P3, and then P4 and P5. So last we had the beginning. We had action at the beginning, a little bit of action in the middle, and some good action here at the end. And this is all to play for here for the podium and for the championship.
Close.
Yeah, that's going to be a bit sketch here. Let's see what Karsten can do here. Van der Houding sticking entirely to the inside line. Karsten has not been
pushing him into turn 1.
Yeah, Karsten has not been very great on the inside of turn 2, and he's going to try and get the better exit here. Van der Houding holds the inside there now.
Does a switchback move? No.
Oh, but they make a bit of contact there. He bump traps him a bit up turn 3. They both back out of it. Let's see if Karsten can get up to him, but I don't think he's going to be able to. Robles, meanwhile, as well, does not get the run on Salminen. They're both in the same car, so that's going to be coming down to whoever gets the better runs there. This, of course.
Yeah, Push is closing in on Ollie, and he maybe potentially could get him at the end of the.
Oh, but here goes Karsten down the inside of turn 5 there. Sorry to interrupt you there, Kimmy. There goes the move. Karsten up into P2. So, fantastic job from him right at the end. Van der Houding is not going to be happy with that, with himself for that, but regardless, he put up a fantastic fight, and Karsten with a great recovery back up to P2. So.
Yeah, the two Dutchmen collide there.
Yeah, but very good racing from them regardless.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'd say that's a clean overtake. I only saw the end of it, but I don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, I can understand that Van der Houding is a little bit annoyed at it.
Yeah,
but,
no, I don't mean it in that sense. I mean it in the sense that
hard, fair racing.
yeah, that he lost the position more than anything. But it was a good battle for both of them. But,
I think Push has made a mistake because he's behind Veldman again.
Oh well, yeah, it seems as though he has. But
I will
The man who
Quickly
has
have a look
not
at
made
that.
many mistakes this race. Coming across the line to win is Salminen for the first win of his ACC career. Karsten recovering to P2. And Van den Hutting up into P3. Meanwhile, Gajda holding off Robles for P4. And Robles will finish in a solid P5. So having a bit of troubles in the beginning, but keeping it clean and making sure he's there at the end. So great result from them too as well. Jasper Smilt, another Dutch racer, having a good race here as well, finishing in P6 here. As yeah, Push did make a mistake somewhere, so he's fallen down the order. So Ollie will keep P7, Veldman will be P8. And looks at Marius having a look at Push, but he's going to be P9 and P10 for Marius there. Chumley P11 and Crucivar from pole position, just unfortunate. Gonna be finishing in P12. Timo as well, unfortunately not scoring any points. Olive recovering well to get P13, having a very unfortunate race after a stellar qualifying. Kessel will be P14 here, so 2 points for Trigon Racing. And Iligner will take the final point.
I just rewatched the what happened to Push, and he lost it on exit and hit a wall. I believe it's turn 5 or 6, so it's just unfortunate.
Yeah, it's anything can happen at the end. You're not out of the woods just because it's the last lap, unfortunately. So yeah, here comes Wow, yeah, flashing his lights down the street. So,
Getting that single point, and he's sent it into the wall.
Racing it out here. Yeah, so they're kind of racing it out. I'm like, Greenman's gonna get him here. Yeah, so at least they saw the end of it. Gajda had 22 seconds of damage. So that's
considering that's very well held on to P4.
So that is our race there.
And Robert said he has 19 seconds. Okay, so I guess they both had the same amount of damage.
Yeah, that was quite the interesting race. Very well done to all our finishers. Congrats to Salminen for winning. So, let's see who wants to be interviewed. Let's gather them up. Round them up. So, let's see. We'll see who is available, I'm sure. Okay.
Never mind.
Yes, Sanex wants to interview, so Crucivar does want, so we'll put him in first. Okay, here we go.
Hello.
Hello, Sanex, or Mr. Crucivar.
Yes.
I am, my our condolences to you. That was looking like you had a good shout for this, to fight for even a podium or even a race win there, but it just all went downhill. What went wrong?
Oh well, first I got my first pole ever in league racing in any game, and I was like, okay. It was really close with Karsten as well. Then of course off the line I started bottling it. Into turn 4, Rene said, give me slip. So I gave him slipstream, but then I forgot I need to brake, so I went deep and I lost 2 positions instead of just to Rene. And yeah, then I pit, and both me and Rene got the pits. Rene didn't even change tires for some reason, because ACC. And it put me on completely old tires, so I could not take the last turn flat anymore.
Okay, so that's...
That's a struggle.
I don't understand. Why? Okay, that's ridiculous. So, yeah, sorry. I'm sorry to hear it went down like that, but... I mean, really you drove. Hollow. You had the pace, yeah. Next week will be the best one.
Yeah. Also, when I don't know, I think it was lap 6 or 7. It was Costa that came out of the pits, and he was a back marker. And he came in between. I think I was P5 at the time. I had Ruben and I think it was Rene Karsten P1, P2, and who won today? It was
Salminen won.
Salminen.
Yeah, he was in P3, and then Ruben P4, and I was P5, and Costa came out in P3 in front of Salminen. I'm mispronounced.
Salminen, yeah.
I'm not. I don't want to mispronounce. He came out in front of him, let him go past. Then he was in front of Ruben, let Ruben go past, and then he was in between me and Ruben. And I was losing so much time because I had to lift so many corners in front of him. So then I lost quite a lot to Ruben in that sense as well. I mean, I flashed him like a million times as well before he finally moved
Yeah,
out.
we saw that on stream, and we were both saying that Costa should have let you by quickly.
Because there was a couple of corners that he went really slow. I mean, he probably was faster than me in some corners. But the thing is, we were so close up from P1 to P5 that, I mean, he just had no place to be there. At least he should have. There was like a 4-second gap behind me, so he wouldn't really have lost that much. Because there was corners I completely had to lift as well because dirty air and everything, and I didn't really want to ram into him and ruin my race from that. But yeah, all in all, both me and Rene had an ACC moment. I guess it's just
This
the
has
Porsche.
been an ACC moment.
An ACC moment for the Scuderia Monkey Flipper
Motorsport
Sport
Point
Racing.
GT3 Sports Racing Teams Bosnian Division. Yes.
Yeah.
I said on stream I'm gonna have that down next week. So.
Yeah, next week. Okay. So I was asking Rene eventually because when I was like P10, I was just like, okay. I mean, doesn't matter now, right? So I was like, what's next track? He's like, Brands Hatch. It's not really good for our car. And it's funny because I'm not comfortable in Brands Hatch at all, but for some reason I feel really comfortable with the Porsche. So I don't know. I'll see how it is.
I look forward to seeing you around Brands Hatch and see how many times you spin, because I've tried the Porsche around Brands Hatch and oh my gosh, I can't do it.
Oh no. Well, yeah. Anyways, thanks for having me and thanks for commentating.
Yeah,
Hope
no
you enjoyed the
problem.
race.
Sorry
you.
to see it go down like that, but judging by this week, hopefully we get the chassis update for Hungary for the Scuderia Monkey Flipper chassis.
At least I got my first pole, so I'm happy with
Yes,
that.
yes.
You know, there's a win in everything. All right.
Well, yeah,
Thank you, guys.
yeah. Good
Yeah.
luck next week. Sorry again.
Yeah.
So,
Should we drag the McLaren boys in? Sorry, McLaren, Lexus boys.
let's do them next. Let's get them both
Yeah.
in at the same time. So here they are, the Lexi drivers.
The Lexi.
Yes, of Ollie and Chumley. An interesting
So I
race from both of you, yes?
I have a quick question to Sam.
Yeah.
Do you prefer driving on engines or air power?
You were probably floating.
What's that meant to mean?
It means, why did you turn your engine off?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. I mean,
it's like
besides that little goof, it did seem like you guys were up there in the wars a bit, so it looked like fun though.
yeah, we were literally got into positions we were because we just avoided incidents happening ahead of us. I have no idea what caused turn one as well. It's just death everywhere.
Yeah, I think it was Milos and Timo. They collided or something, and then bonk. I don't know what happened in the end, but
Yeah, I heard Milos left early. He was in our chat, and then he just said, "All right, goodbye." Like
Could
20
be
minutes
it,
in,
yeah.
so-
he instantly went to play 6 Siege.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, you can see turn one. He just like friggin' just zooms across the grass. Unfortunately, into turn one. Like there's some contact. He goes sideways, loses the rear, and then he just goes flying into the back of like I think it was Olive and a couple others.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just unfortunate that I just see him open up siege, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's it. So unfortunate, but yeah, I think you guys had I mean, besides that little engine failure, we'll call
Fat finger, we'll call it.
yeah, I'll call it an engine failure.
A little stop and go penalty on the straight.
Yes. Ollie, you seem to be very you kind of did damage limitation there. P7, good result.
Yeah, I mean, considering I started from P17 or 18, I can't remember which one, but just avoiding everything, keeping your head down, and just making sure no one really catches up and or takes away from me. So it was,
Yeah, it was a
there
good
was-
very
result.
fun.
Yeah. Well, how were you feeling in the end when Push was catching? Because you were sort of just driving by yourself, and then I think like 2 laps to go, Push was
Yeah.
suddenly up behind you.
Yeah, because the thing was, I got 3 track warnings within 10 minutes.
Wow.
So I was trying my best to drive a very clean second half. Well, basically, very clean 50 minutes around Barcelona, which is kind of hard to do. And then in the end, I was catching Jasper Smelt by about half a second a lap, and I saw I was pushing way too much. And so I was like, okay, I'll be happy if I just keep P7. So I'll just slow down a bit, take it easy. And then I see Push catching me. So I decide to up my pace a little bit, and it was fine for a bit. And I just realized how gone my tires were. So it was a bit nerve-wracking, but on the last lap, He was 0.6 behind me, and I knew if I wanted to, I'd have the pace to keep him behind anyway, so it wasn't really a big issue. But as soon as I saw him spin behind me, I was just happy as ever. So that's how it is.
Yeah, you can just relax.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you sort of just stayed out of trouble that race and managed to get some good positions. Sorry, Sam, you had to serve a self-imposed stop and go penalty, but that's racing
Yeah.
sometimes, I guess.
Yeah, well, the thing is as well, I thought I sped into the pits because my pit limiter didn't engage. So I was like, oh no, no. And finally I didn't get one, luckily, but it's freaky bum time. Yeah.
Yeah, I nearly jumped. Actually, no, I did jump Sam in the pits as well. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it was very monka. We came out side by side.
Literally side by side.
Yeah. And then Sam's like, right, I probably got a penalty. I'll let you go ahead. I'm like, okay. And we both just kind of cheered when we found out he didn't.
All right, so Sam, meet you tomorrow. P1, P2.
P1, 2,
Yeah, the
yes.
OP McLaren
yeah.
1-2 incoming for tier 3 to us. You guys heard it first.
Yeah.
Prediction.
exactly.
Put your bets in now. Just 2K easily. It's gonna
Betting
be a
at
free
least 3.
one.
Just
Okay.
go to you see the 2S Casino bot? Yeah, go there and bet everything you have on the. Thank you. Well, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for
Good
commenting.
race today, guys.
Okay, so let's get them back there.
I think Crossfire wants to come in.
Yeah, let's bring him in, and I think that'll be it. Hello, is he here? Yeah, there he is. Hello,
Yeah, I'm
Mr. DeSantis.
Yes. Yeah. Well, thanks for inviting me to the commentator box, I guess. And
Yeah, no problem. How was your race? I don't think you were. I think you were having a bit of trouble in the back. I think I saw, but you were having a bit of a fight in the end there. So.
yeah, I mean, the start was crazy, and there's some contact in front. I didn't see anything because there were so many cars in front of me. So I just kind of pulled off to the side. I passed like 10 cars on outside of the track because I don't know. I think I lost him as well though because the car that like was spun out. He was right in front of me, so I had to wait till that car was gone. So I think I got from I went from 24th on the grid. I think that's where I started to I think it was 17th or 16th, and that was in the first corner. And then after that, I don't remember who it was, but I remember it was a purple Aston Martin. He in the chicane, in the last chicane, little thing in the last sector. He kind of went wide and oversteered, I guess. And then I just kept on doing my normal line, and he went off onto the old track, and he just came back and completely full throttled into me, or I don't know if he just lost control or something. But yeah, that was a bit weird. And then I got spun out of it mostly and dropped from P15 or 16 all the way back to last place. And then I had some catch up to do, and I did at some point. Obviously, I'm not used to this game yet. I barely
Yeah,
played
it takes a bit of
Yeah,
time to
it does
adjust.
take a time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Especially in the Porsche. Like the Porsche is probably one of the hardest cars to drive.
Yeah, it's super
What's
sliding
what I've
around the rear.
noticed. Yeah. On this track, it's actually not that bad, but on other tracks, it's just crazy. And anyway, I came in with almost no practice. I did like 10 laps before the race, and I was like, "Oh shit, today's a race."
Watch
And
the
then,
language on the stream. I'm
oh,
gonna get in
my
trouble.
bad,
No, it's okay.
my bad. And yeah. Well, anyway, that was a bit yeah, unfortunate, but yeah. Then I caught back up, and yeah, well, it was a pretty decent result, I guess, 16th, and I wasn't expecting that. And I was expecting something like 21st or 20th.
Yeah,
But yeah,
so eventful
quite
race,
happy.
but in the end, it's good
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, in the end, I had a little fight with the Ferrari, but he messed up a corner, and then I took advantage of his mistake, and he was so hard to overtake. This track just it's impossible.
Yeah, that's kind of the layout of here, Barcelona. We mentioned it. It's you can have some fights here, especially like we saw in the beginning up front, but
Yeah.
it's still doesn't take away from the fact that it is very difficult to pass. It's a general thing with these cars, but all the more on tracks like this.
Yeah, because I noticed, I also play F1, so at least on F1 you have like the DRS on the straight that kind of gets you ahead of someone.
Yeah.
But in these cars, not even the slipstream is like doing anything, so it's really hard to overtake, especially into turn one.
It's very difficult. You really have to maximize your exit or try and force your opponent into a mistake.
Yep. But yeah, that was a race for me, and yeah, I'm pretty happy. So
That's good.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, regardless, I think that was a solid performance from you. Congratulations, I mean, for finishing. You are improving. No, you are improving. And I've noticed it.
Yeah.
I noticed last week you had a bit of a struggle this week again, but you were doing a lot
Yeah.
better. So I always like to give credit where credit is due. So congratulations on
thank you.
finishing, and yeah, you kept it clean for the most part. So that's good.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem that I was having last race is that Zandvoort, or no, it's Zandvoort. What am I saying? Zolder. I don't really know the track. Like I've never driven on it before. Like before that race, so I was like, oh, this is a new track, and I was like practicing a little bit, but I just couldn't get the car, like the feel of the car and the track really. And sometimes I forgot about some corners, but like Canada, not Canada. What am I saying, dude? Catalunya is one of the tracks that like I know from F1 and other games like Forza or Gran Turismo, and yeah, I'm known to the track. I know how to take the lines a little bit, and I think that's what, like, even with little practice, I managed to do not that bad and just not retire.
I want to ask you, do you know Brands Hatch?
Somewhat.
All right, because that's next race in the calendar, and I tell you, that's such a fun track.
Yeah,
where,
I think it's not a good track for the Porsche because I think it's very slippery in the fast corners, and I think Brands Hatch has a lot of fast corners. So I don't know. I haven't driven it before, but I don't know. I like the Porsche, but sometimes since I'm reserve, I'm able to switch cars anyway.
Yeah,
So
I'd recommend trying Ferrari.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Since
Yeah, I was
that's a
thinking of the
very stable
Ferrari.
car.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay. I think that'll pretty much sum it up. Thank you for joining us, and you have
No
a good
problem.
one. We'll see you next week, hopefully in I believe Hungary.
Yeah. Thank you, and yeah.
Okay. So I think we will end the stream here now.
Yes.
Another good race. ACC keeps delivering. And
Yeah, I mean,
this was an action-packed one, especially in the
it's
beginning.
very action in the beginning, yeah, and then a little bit towards the end as well with the P2.
Absolutely. So once again, thank you all for watching. For those of you who are still here, thank you for sticking it to the end. Thank you again, Kimmy, for joining me here on commentary. It's a pleasure as usual.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Be sure to like, comment your opinions or whatever, and subscribe to the EGL channel. Tune in next week. We are in, as I said, Hungary for round.
I think, is it Hungary?
Is it Hungary? Yeah, let me check I gotta check the calendar. Yeah, I don't have the
Hold on real
graphics
quick.
this time around.
No, sorry, Brands Hatch, yeah.
Oh, is it Brands? Oh, it's Brands Hatch. Sorry, yeah, I'm way off. Yeah, Hungary is round 7. Okay, so I'm sorry. Yeah, so we're gonna be in the UK for 2 rounds after this. It's gonna be Brands Hatch next week and then Silverstone next week. So, yeah, my apologies for that. So tune in for that next week. And tomorrow, as we mentioned, there's Tier 3 2SRL for F1 2020, and then Tier 4 SLR on Wednesday, Thursday Tier 3, Friday Tier 2, and Saturday Tier 1, all for SLR as well. And then Sunday is going to be Tier 2 and Tier 1 of 2SRL to close out the week. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys want, you guys can check out those aforementioned races as well. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you next week.
Thank you, guys. Goodbye.